Next question is not necessarily pen testing, but what kind of testing is your favorite and why?
Um, reverse engineering and crypto related stuff. Uh, I tend I tend to like problems that I liked as an academic, um, ones where there is no pressure to succeed. One of the problems with
Okay.
pen testing, yeah, the pen tester's dilemma. You find a lot of issues, client is complains there's a lot of issues, and you get blowback. You don't find issues, he wants to know why you didn't find issues, and you invited to prove a negative, which is
And
why I always say,
ultimately, they also wanted no issues, but also
correct.
questioning why there's no
While
issues.
simultaneously, yeah, which is why I've always said that pen testing is a fool's errand. Right? It's a born to lose proposition. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. So I
Yeah.
always preferred those type of problems where you're not under any pressure to succeed. Crypto, you're not meant to be able to break it. Reverse engineering, you find something fine, like the root pipe bug. If you don't, well, we just implement it another way, and that's
And
it.
maybe you learned along the way as well.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I agree on, pen tests feels like, I mean, they're very important, obviously, right? We still need to do pen tests and make sure it identify issues, it removes issues and things like that. But I've always found that I could spend so much more time, especially most applications. You can spend so much more time on them than you do in a typical pen test. And like enterprise application, you could spend months on them and
Yeah.
just always still finding things and digging deeper. Uh, so I can see why you like that. Get to really, really know the target inside out.
Correct. Yeah.
Awesome. Let me go ahead and ask you the next question. Uh, what is something you think everyone can do to get better results when it comes to security testing? Like people are maybe not doing enough, and
Well, you see, I always go back to first principles when I think like this. I put my academic hat on, and it's one thing that I would say is first principle: remove bureaucracy.
okay.
People always the tendency today is the inexorable march of the bureaucrat, and bureaucracy is an art, and people forget that it's an art. It's the art of making the possible impossible, and people forget the base, the fact that it's a human being that's going to be doing the testing, and human beings haven't changed for 100,000 years. They, they operate the same way as they always did. And one thing that Apple realized is friction in user interfaces between the person and what they're trying to do is a very real problem, and you should
Mm-hmm.
reduce it as much as humanly possible. And that's where the
Yep.
bureaucrat comes in when it comes to security testing. You know, every pen tester's done it. You're going on a job and it's a firewall config review, and the client says, "We can't give you the config." Oh, okay. So what can you give me? Well, I can give you a screen share on a Teams call, but you can't control the mouse. You have to give
Yeah.
you have to speak to the guy, and he's going to move. How big's the file? 10,000 lines. Oh, right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Right. And
They're gonna spend 2 weeks scrolling.
it's always the same. Yes. And you know, salespeople and managers at pen test outfits, they'll they understand fundamentally the bureaucratic imposition, but they won't fight against it because it's in their interests to always comply. The old adage, the customer is always right. Well, if you actually want to deliver these jobs, you remove as many of the hurdles as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Um, but they just seem, since 2007 till now, the number of hurdles has just been it's up every year, every single year. It just keeps on going up.